Giggity Racing. It's custom style. We're going custom racing 2019 package at Kentucky. I'm here, Trey7964, and to my other side we have our new, I want to say our new up and coming broadcaster. He he's done, like I say, he done a couple already for us already. He's looking great, but like I say, always like some new flavor in the booth.
Yeah, dude, thanks, Trey. I'm shaking those nerves off,
Yeah,
and Monday was some great racing. I can't wait to see this, like you said, with the custom style. You say 2019?
yeah.
Oh, good. All right, let me go switch that. Yeah,
Yeah,
2018.
it might be a little.
Happy you're here then.
But yeah, as
Might take, like 5 minutes to switch over, but
yeah, if it was, like I say right
right?
now,
No,
like I say,
just enjoy.
they qualify right now. We're starting a little early, get some. But just start talking, talk to our fans out there. If you join us along, if you haven't joined yet, hit that subscribe button. Always hit that thumbs up button for us. We always like a like, and always hit that bell button too, so you know when we're going live racing, so you can always join us on the computer screen or on the TV talk wherever you watch us from. And hey, if you want to come join us, um, just look our gamer tags up on PlayStation. I'm going to start talking to Taddy to see if we can get a Facebook page up, so it'll be a little bit more easier for us to like get messages from y'all if y'all want to join us, and we'll get you in our developmental series or our truck series. Show what you can do, and if you're good as what you say, you might get boosted up to our cup league, which is just presets. These custom races, even though they are for points, it's really just for fun. It's not really a mandatory thing for us regular guys. Like you can race to here if you want to. If not, if custom not your thing, don't worry. We got regular slider racing. That's where our main goal is. But as you see on your screen right now, most of our guys like RJ, RKM, Taddy, and Boomhar, they leading the fast lap here at Kentucky on a daily lap. So they're making some good time. So these four guys might be the front runners in today's race.
Wow, I always like looking at these fast lap times before getting into a race just to see where the competitors are going to be. And you never know sometimes what's going to happen. These guys are super competitive. Some guys could be playing tricks too. They could be saying, "Oh, I know, I'm about to get on that leaderboard. I'm going to quit this race real quick." But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And Trey, you mentioned the whole up and comers. Monday night we had a new up and comer. He got a win in Titans, and that was pretty impressive. And anyone can come in here and race and do a good job, show their stuff. I haven't really. Have I talked to you before, Trey? This may be the first time talking to you. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
but yeah, I
Yeah.
say
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
My bad, dude. I got a
but
bad memory.
no, you're fine.
But
But like saying these new uncles, we're always looking. We're like say we're a friend. I wouldn't say a community. We're a family here. It doesn't
yeah,
matter because I say even though we're breaking up into three manufacturers, Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, we're all family. And like I say, if you're not used to racing in the league, you're not used to racing a lot of custom or just racing around, don't worry about it. We'll help you. Like a lot of guys here are new to just racing on like racing with elite in a league race in general. So we know there's a learning curve. And like I say, if you the one thing we do here, if you ever need help, just shoot Taddy, me, RKM, RJ, Boom, anybody in this series a message on PlayStation, on Facebook or anything. Say, hey, I need some help in a certain track. Hey, I need help making a setup for a track. Hey, I need help with my controller setup. Don't don't be scared to ask for help. We're always happy to help. Always happy to help because when we help you out, we get better racing. And if you saw last non-race, especially at Michigan, where it's a draft track and it's always compact. I think we only had what 3 cautions, and that was all the stages. So we always
yeah.
looking
And that
for
was early on in the race too,
yeah, and like saying
right?
the one thing you don't have to be the fastest guy. If you're a clean racer, you got patience, this league will work with you. And everybody here, if you ever need help, especially like, because we actually have Fluffy, who is a esports driver for Roush Fenway. He's raced with us most of the time, and he's never afraid. If you just let's say right now I'm friends. If I just say, hey man, I need help with a setup, he'll come out. All right, we want to work on it. Hey, I'll shoot you one to let me know how it feels for you. What you need help with, and he'll shoot you a message, and he has no problem helping you with a setup because he just wants good quality racing. Cause if it helps you get fast and make the racing a lot better, he's all for it.
Dude, I can attest for that, Trey, with the Fluffy thing. I remember it was a Friday night, it was late, a bunch of us were in an open lobby, he shows up, and it was customs, and he was super helpful to everyone. It's really cool to see. A lot of those guys are, and you hit the nail on the head about the whole family thing. I can really see that with this Giggity Racing League group, too. Very organized, and very centered to, like you said, making better racing and making everyone better, and it's good to see. There's a lot of family kind of stuff involved, and then when you get on track for race day like today, you know, they should be done qualifying soon.
Yeah.
Then it's kind of all right, yeah, we may be friends and everything, but they're all racers. They want that win. They're gonna go for it, and I'm pretty pumped to see what happens here at Kentucky.
Yeah, and like saying now, like I said, when we get back to the racing, we're at Kentucky, and Kentucky is one of them tricky tracks. 1 and 2 is banked, 3 and 4 is nearly flat. And racing here, from my points back, you especially when it comes, you can drive it in deep in 1 and 2, but you want to back 3 and 4 up a good amount because you want the car to roll through the center really good. And that's what we're going to see a lot of guys be trying to figure out what's the best thing. Because some guys actually like to drive it in 3 and 4. Because I say, from my points back, the harder you drive in 3 and 4, the slower you're going to be. And a lot of guys don't realize it's better to go slower in 3 and 4 than faster, because that's where you're going to make most of your time up at.
Yeah, oh man, this track is the two corners. They are a lot different from each other. 1 and 2 I love. 3 and 4, I have a hard time getting it sometimes. And I think 1 and 2 is super fast. I can get through there real well. And 3 and 4, like you said, the whole backing up thing. When I have a guy behind me, I get nervous, you know, because it's like I got to back up a lot, or do I need to stay in it? When is he going to back off? I'd like to see who can get around 3 and 4 really well, kind of keep it snug. You don't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we got a
and
long race, and we'll see. But
yeah,
looks like we got the invites.
yeah, we got the invite, so we'll be hopping over to join the session. See it, like saying, to see you guys. And as of right now, the man who's on the pole looks to be RJ. So, like I said, those guys who qualify, who's on the top of the leader charts, are starting up front. So it should be some good racing, especially for those guys. Cause there are going to be a lot of side. Like saying, customs and sliders are two separate elements. Well, customs you already got a preset in, like you know what the car you expect, like to an extent. Device on a preset or a slider where you get, like saying, you can only make little adjustment like tire pressure, wedge, and tape. While in custom, you just make it to wherever you're locking. You can mess with the gear, shocks, struts, and everything. And as we go on live, we got a couple cars already up in the wall, 2s in the wall. Looks to be boom. He's already. We got a car around, and that's the 1. So the assignments already started.
Oh man, well, you know, I'm okay with that. I'm just getting in right now. I want to see this go again, and sometimes you gotta wait a little bit. Oh, they're staying green.
Yeah.
All right.
It looks to be like separate instance. Like saying.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't see it.
Yeah. And like saying with that, like saying that's how you gonna see them. They get strung out a little bit. Like saying, cause you know it's a stage race, so we got a long ways to go. But that's the one thing about this track. Coming out of 2, it's a tricky one, cause if you go like offline and run with the AI and look at the preferred line, it wants you to clip the apron on exit. That's going to help the car rotate and come out the corner. Well, with these customs, you're already pushing the handling to an extent. So maybe trying to go that low down on exit might just snap the car around. And that's the one thing about this game that I don't like is if you touch that apron, we call it the butter. Once you touch that butter, you're done. You're slipping and you're sliding. And either you're going to the wall or you're causing a caution. And
dude,
this,
you're not wrong.
But the one thing I like about this track, you can hit the butter and it will actually help you depending on how you hit it, especially in 3 and 4. Because technically, if you let the car roll through the center before you pick up the throttle and you just clip the apron on exit, that thing will rotate to the corner and you can get wide back in the throttle. And that's going to help you make up a lot of time.
Wow, thanks, Trey. Those some good tips right there. And you're not wrong about, you know, getting low, hitting that butter. You know, there's a lot of laps. Who's going to really try and run on the edge the entire time? For myself, I like to be a little conservative. Maybe try to go a little bit higher just so I don't accidentally hit it, spin around, lose a ton of time. But it looks like RJ Smitty right now in that 9 car, he's doing a great job as the 22. Who's in second, gets into the wall in 3 and 4.
I think he might have got a little help
behind him.
Did he? I think he got a little help from RKM. It might have been like one of the situations he backs off a little early and the RKM made a little contact and he just slides up the track. But like I said, the top 3 guys right now, those are the 3 guys that was on top of the leaderboard, in the top 10 of the leaderboard. But I ain't gonna get. I'm gonna give a shout out to K Larson, that 22. He's always fast. No matter what series he in, he's always running fast up there. And like I said, if I was these 3 guys right now, I would not race each other. I'll get in line and see if we can catch that 9 car. But like I say, it's still early, and like I said, everybody's still filling the car because we got caught sideways in turn 2. Wow. I think that was a 41 Matty. I think he might have just caught the apron coming out in 1 and 2. It looks like it was just a 1 car SA. He got it back going, and that's all good and dandy. But like saying,
yeah, dude.
And like I said, we got Bow here for second with the 12 K Taddy, the 96 of RKM, and the 22 of Larson. And like saying, these guys, like I said, right now they're getting it. Like I said, they're drafting and they're gaining on that 9 cars. RKM just kisses the wall coming out too, and you're gonna see a lot of that guys. Like I saying, you want the car to just slide all the way up to the top of the track to get that good run off the corner.
Yeah, and you know, we were talking about laps. There's 39 laps in this first stage. They're through 8. They're about to be through 9, and they're so spread out. It's really showing kind of.
Ooh, got a couple cars on the apron.
The 96 goes down there with the 22. Where'd the 22 go? Went back a bit, lost a ton of time.
I didn't see what happened. Looks like maybe the 96 or the 12 got loose in front of him. 96 just found an open lane, and the 22 just followed suit.
Well, you know what, man, you and I may not know what just happened there, but later on in the race, we may see 2 cars get into each other, remember them from early on, and be like, okay, maybe that guy's mad at that one. The other is the one that caused something to begin with. But there's a lot of racing to go. We'll see as that 12 car. Oh man, Taddy's trying to get up to that 96 RKM. He had a really good entrance, but it looks like that 96 is just about the same on exit. No, the 12 still got him, but the draft is killer as Smitty's just pulling away. That 2 car there, boom. He's running nice. He's not falling too far behind. I didn't get to see what happened at the beginning.
And I say he's bouncing. And I say, and I know he was talking last night. I know he was talking with y'all last night, saying that this was going to be a rough race for him. But so far, he looks like he's having a strong run. And like saying, he hit the wall on the green flag. That dropped him back a little bit. It looks like he's bouncing back, and it looks like that car maybe. As we were on board, as the 22 clips the wall on exit 2, he might have a long run car. Like it might be a little bit loose on on the start, but it might tighten up enough for him to run to get him good. And as we go back to the front, it looks like the 12 and the 96. Look at 12 got by the 96. Now he's trying to set his eyes on our 9, and it looks like these two, as RKM and Teddy, is trying to hook up, trying to drag down that 9 car, trying to reel back in the 9 car. As I say that, RKM's gonna peek to the inside of Teddy as they gonna go side by side coming out 4. And that, like I said, that's what I'm gonna say again. If you can hit 3 and 4 just right, the car wants to roll, and it's gonna roll through the corner so good that you can't really do nothing about it.
Yeah, dude, you called it. You called it. And the 96, what a smooth 1 and 2. Sometimes you get real loose down there, but he got there, threw it like he was on rails. And that 12 gave him a ton of room. So, you know, these guys are really respectful of each other. 96 around 3 and 4 may have gotten into it a little too much. And that's kind of like what I said. You know, when you're entering 3 and 4 and you got someone behind you, you can overdrive it.
These two are not letting each other out. They're going back and forth. In one corner, one takes it away, the other one takes it back in the next corner. But like the only person that's loving seeing that is that 9 car, which is actually, as they've been doing that, the gap hasn't closed, but it hasn't grown. And as Arcane, like I say, here they go again. As Caddy crosses over to get the spot back.
Yeah, let's see if RKM could kind of get that momentum back. I did see a really good battle between the 41 and the 1 back in, I believe it's 6th and 7th, which is pretty funny being Kurt's old car and Kurt's new. Let's see what the 41 of Matty can do with the 1 of Big Destroyer.
Yeah.
They were side by side. Looks like they kind of leveled it out, though.
Yeah, and it looks like they're starting to catch on to Larson, who's maybe his car is starting to fall off, or maybe he's trying to save just a little bit. Maybe trying to stretch this the stage out, trying to see if he can get out front at the end of the stage.
Yeah, you know, that's a good point. I didn't stop to look to see what the percentage was and the wear times, as it looks like the 9 is hitting pit road.
Ooh, we got the 41
and he's gonna follow him.
We got the 1 and the 41 made a little contact. The 41 took it a little wide coming off 3 and 4 and clipped the wall, and the 1 nearly followed him. So
yeah. Dude, you give an inch, people take a mile sometimes. And,
well, I wouldn't say he was trying to do it on purpose. It was just when you in that.
Of course not. But yeah, like one little bobble, you lose a lot of momentum, and you know, you can't hate on the person behind you for getting around you. And sometimes you got to just let it go, get in your rhythm. Again, it's a long stage. They're almost halfway through the first stage. Let's see what happens. Gonna go through the field. Looks like the 14's on pit road as well. Just get to see some pit strategy. I'm following the 2. That's Boomhauer, and it's looking pretty good here.
Yeah, it looks like RKM brought the pit road too, and as Taddy's stretching out. And as I'm looking on Boom Stream, cause his fuel light just came on at 19, so I'm guessing the average fuel tank is like 21, 22 laps at most, at least 20 laps, at most 22 laps. So, and it's about 40 laps on the stage. So yeah, it's about on one stop stage. As you see, Taddy, Big D, Matty, and everybody else come in. As see that here comes RJ, this will be getting his lap back. And as pit cycle should come out, he should come out back to being the leader, and he might have a big gap coming out.
Yeah, I'd like to see, because I know it looked like he had an issue getting into pit road, but I don't think it was a big issue. Just kind of smacked the wall a little bit, but we'll see. I'm pretty pumped. I'm following that 9 right now, and he's got no one around him as he's coming across the start-finish line. Let's see where everyone ends up.
And as he do that, that'll be him taking back the lead. Cause I see Taddy is just coming out pit road right now.
Yeah, man, he called it, Trey. He's got a huge lead now.
Yeah, but with that, you see that the 22 is now up to second. He pitted with RKM, so that's another strategy we might see in the place. You saw that Smitty and Larson pitted early, just a lap, maybe a lap or two early, and look at the big gap that Smitty gained. And Larson gained what, maybe three or four positions just pitting for 2 laps early. So that might be something we might see later on in the race. Because Taddy stretched his fuel out probably to about with 1 to go, and he lost a lot of time. He went from 2nd to 4th. So
yeah,
so that might be something.
Sorry.
But yeah, like saying that might we like see later on. Like saying it might hurt or help Taddy later on in the run. But that's if we just stay green right now. But like saying it's something you might want to look for it at the end of the stage, guys pit early and gaining track position later on.
Yeah, I gotta say you're right with that. If you're gonna experiment, you want to see if something's gonna work. You're better off trying it now. And it's hard to do so many things at once. I hate when I'm trying to stretch fuel and then I realize it was a waste because you lose all this time. So you definitely don't want to do that, especially at a place like Kentucky. So Trey, what do you think's the most important piece here with your car? You want fresh tires, you want track position, you need fuel. What's going to get you that win besides a setup?
Well, that's the thing about it. It's all about your setup. Where, like saying for me, I'd rather have a handling car than a fast car. Where it comes to back being like, because you saw what happened to Larson early in the run. He was fast early, but the fall off, he lost a lot of time when the tires fell off. While you see RJ, RKM, and Taddy, even on that long run, you saw Taddy and RKM, they was battling back and forth for each other.
Yeah, RKM and Larson are battling right now, and you got to be kind of calm with it. It's a good thing that Larson was able to pit. He seemed kind of loose, kind of all over before. He's got a fast car, like you said.
Oh, looks like he got loose again. Yeah, he has the inside wall. That's what I'm saying. Even though
you want a fast car, but you got to be stable.
Yeah, because I'm saying even though you have a fast car, the car might just start bombing out, getting loose on you. And I'm saying at this track, because this track is known for fuel mileage too. Because a lot of guys, I don't know a lot of these guys race 4 gears or 3 gear. Because that's another thing. If you're racing in 3 gear here, you're gonna burn a lot of fuel, especially when you're racing. But I think everybody mostly is running 4 gear, so I don't think that plays it there. I think it all comes down to tires and track position. For me,
yeah, I'm with you.
For me, if it comes down to either track position or tires, I've been known to get, like I say, I'm a gambler. If I go to Vegas, I'm betting it all. Like saying, I'm the guy, like saying, if it comes down to 10 laps, for either me taking 4 or 2, I'm taking the 2. And I'm going to take the 2, bump that wedge out, I'm going to drive it like I stole it. But like saying...
No, I hear you, man.
Like saying, cause that's the one thing you got to watch for here in Custom. Unlike sliders who come with preset, you can, like saying, you can just make little adjustment and run a lot better like Custom, but you can also manage your tire wear because you don't mess. Usually on the presets, you don't have to mess with tire wear, so usually your tires don't fall off as bad. You just gotta adjust the wedge so it helps make the car turn. But when you come in these custom setups, a lot of guys got some of these tires bumped up a lot higher than like you might run at some tracks to bomb out to counteract with the suspension. So that with the higher tire pressure may cause the tires to wear a lot more. So
that's a huge thing with these custom setups.
And I think as I look at that, it looks like Smitty might have some problems because he lost a lot of time. It looks like RKM is now our new leader. I don't know if maybe Smitty may have got loose and maybe his tires are starting to fall off. Now he's having handling trouble.
Yeah, I'd like to see how that goes. I was focusing a lot on the 2 and the 1 car, that 2 of Boomhauer, the 1 of Big D, and they were going back and forth for quite a few laps, and it was kind of cool. The 1 got around the 2, but the 2 didn't give it up. Yeah, you know, and it was nice. And thinking about it, the 2 and the 1, I was talking about Kurt before. That's another car that Kurt was in. This is just the Kurt Busch series, right?
Yeah.
But he's been around
I'm
a lot,
not
and
like saying
it looks like the 9's getting his momentum back. Though.
Yeah. But with that, like saying, and with that, you talking about the 2 and the 1, they caught the 22, and like I said, Larson, he might have, like saying, if it comes down to a green white checker, you come to pit road and get 4 tires, I'm putting my money on Larson. His car can take off, but the fall off is drastic. He loses so much time doing that. I don't know what it's, if it just starts plowing or whatever, because you can see right now he's struggling. It looks like he's coming back down pit road.
Ooh, man. Yeah, it does. Maybe he's just got an ill-handling race car right now. It looked like he was on the edge.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just too tough. The car's driving him. Maybe sometimes like that, I feel that way sometimes. I'll have a crazy setup where the car's driving me, not the other way around, and it's got to be the other way around. Long races, they've got about 6 laps to go in this first stage, so let's hope that he's able to put it together. He's gonna go lap down, but hopefully he can
bounce back. Like I say, being that it's getting close to the end of the stage, and it doesn't look like RKM is going to lap anybody else, he should get the lap back. Lucky dog at the end, at the caution break, at the stage break. So, like saying, we got a long race. If he can find a way to figure out that bug in that car, I'll keep my eye on him for later in the run. But as of right now, all eyes are on that 96 of RKM, who took advantage of RJ's mistake. Like saying, that's the one thing. Another thing about here, that one mistake may cost you everything. Cause RJ he probably had maybe a 4-second lead and went away just like that, and just in the blink of an eye. Maybe he just caught the apron and spun out or whatever. But as I say that, let you know, saying it's RKM stage to win. I see at 12 is creeping in, and it looks like
pretty quick.
Cause it looks like RKM's getting tight. He's running the top lane at 1 and 2, and that's when Taddy's making most of his ground. And he's pushing. He's
track a bit.
And like I say, that's what I'm gonna say again. Oh, he's at the wall. And now that open door for Taddy on the outside.
Very nice run by Taddy.
And like I say again, I would rather have a handling car than a fast car. Because this is what I'm talking about. On these long runs where everybody else starts plowing, I see RKM bounce back off the wall.
Yeah, he's trying to catch him.
Yeah, and like saying, RKM, Smitty, and Larson, they're, like saying, cause it is, like saying, they bout on the end of the fuel run, so these tires are probably worn out. And like saying, this is where you see some of these people that's coming, like Taddy, Big D, Boom. These guys may have a car set up for a long run, so their cars are still handling good, and they may be backing up the corner just a little bit, just trying to save the tires. While you see like RKM and RJ, they're plowing on exit, and they're catching the wall, and you see the big run Big D got on RKM. RKM is probably backing way up. Oh, I see the 9. Wow. He's coming down pit road. So he might not, like saying, another thing, he pitted real early. He might not have enough fuel to make it to the end of the stage. So this might be a different strategy for him, and this might put Larson in a tough situation, because if RJ goes a lap down, he'll be the first one probably a lap down. He'll get the free pass, and the only way Larson can get his lap back if he takes the wave around. That'll put him on a big different strategy. And
yeah, and according to Boomhauer, I think this is the final lap of this stage. And yeah,
I think that was the stage in. I wanted it. RJ was able to stay on the lead lap at that.
Yeah, not sure if pitting with under 2 laps to go in a stage is allowed or not. Looked like he may have done it, but the stage win goes to Taddy. Way to go, man! That 12 looked strong.
And like
Won a
saying,
Big D, man, he was coming though. He might have that long run car. Like see what that one to do.
Like I saying, that's the one thing I seen. You see, like the guys that took off, like RKM, RJ, and Lars, they can take off real good, but that fall, like I said, once them tires start probably getting like in the 70s and like high 70s, low 80s, that's when the handling starts going away, and they gotta really fight that car. Now, when it drops down in the 60s and the 50s, they're struggling.
Oh man, yeah, your laps are completely different, and they're almost done with their pit stops. Larson got lucky because RJ Smitty did not go a lap down. Larson's 1 lap down. He's gonna get that free pass, and let's see what's gonna happen.
And it looks like RJ, and like saying with him pitting under the caution, maybe the game put him at the tail end of the longest line. Cause on my screen, it looked like he didn't pit. And
he pitted right at the end of that stage.
So the game might have just gave him the penalty to start the tail of the longest line. As we see the one making the outside line strong on the outside 96 of RKM, but looks like he got a little bit loose as here comes 3 wide in the back, driving it in there as they all fanning out, just trying to find a racing line.
Yo, that's funny that you say they're trying to find a racing line. I was thinking, look at all these different lines that these guys are running. They're really trying to find everything. Try to find something where when someone isn't.
Oh, and see RPM. Oh, contact with the two. Can they save it? Oh, he's going to hit the inside wall.
Dang. Smitty in that 9 did a great job. He got into the 2 a little bit, but he didn't want to wreck him. And he kind of
Boom said there was a little rivalry going on with somebody in the booth. I was with them last night. Some of the guys in the booth.
Man.
So
is that who it was about? I don't know.
Maybe like saying a lot of these team captains, especially the team captains like RJ, Boom, RKM. There's a little bit of rivalry because they want to see who's the best manufacturer out there.
Oh, dude, that's sick. Looking at these cars, though, how many Chevys are there? 1, 2? Just 2 Chevys?
No.
Yeah, the 1 and the 9 looks like are the only.
Yeah, it looks like.
Well, they're gonna. And it looks like Big Destroyer is doing that work as he goes on the outside.
Yeah.
Man, look at that run he's getting on the 12.
But like I said, he's gonna be in the outer lines. It looks like Taddy's gonna try to back the corner up. Try again. They side by side, but that's gonna let Boom. Oh, Boom got on the wall. Boom's doing a wheelie in the infield.
Oh, that's too bad. He was really gonna run. But back to the 12 car, he went through 3 and 4 on the line. That was impressive, and he still stayed right with the 1. Of course, the 1, a Big D, had a ton of momentum. Let's see what happens again.
RKM maybe trying to stick that nose underneath there, try to make it 3 wide for the lead, but he's gonna try to. He's gonna think better of it. Gonna get that 12 car some room coming through the tri-oval. He trying
to scare him a bit, right?
He tried to pick this norm up there, and like I say, as you see all these guys trying to find their own line, you can see that the outside, I always say the outside, that middle line at 1 and 2 gets you such a good run, but like saying, once you get down 3 and 4, you gotta really back that corner up just a little bit, and that's when Taddy's like saying keeping pace with them, especially because he got that 96 drafting with them.
Yeah, I'm watching the overhead view of the 12 car, and he is not letting that 1 clear. The 1 is doing a great job noticing it, as it looks like he may be clear now, but no, the 12 with the lower line, the shortest way around the track.
He can drive it in just a little bit deeper on the outside, but Taddy's just backing it up, and Taddy's gonna try to see if he can get the slide job, trying to get the 3 and 4, trying to clear him, but it don't look like now. We see RKM going to jump to the outside. See if he can try to push that 1 car back by the 12.
Yeah,
And that
the
might
12 car tried something, and he lost a lot of speed in the middle.
Oh, 12 got a little loose on.
Oh man, I hope he figures that out for the end of the race. As Big Destroyer's clear for the lead. Oh man, this is something. This is a really good battle, and
Teddy's not giving up. He's trying to get back around him. He's trying to get everything he can. But if I
look behind them, look at all those cars coming up behind them. Did all those cars make adjustments that made them faster, or are these guys just battling so hard they're letting everyone catch up?
I would probably say it's a little. I'll probably say it's a little bit of both. Like saying now, everybody's gone. Ooh, Teddy tried to drive it in there deep. He tried it. It almost didn't work.
Wow, he did a good job though of staying off, and yeah, the one probably was a little nervous about that, but having Teddy behind,
I think it was more of Big D was trying to take a higher, like saying a wider arc in the corner.
Yeah.
A higher arc in the corner, and Teddy just drove it in there, trying to see if it made it stick. But with all that, we see the new leader up front, and that's the 96 of RKM, and he's bringing the 41 of Maddie up there. And
dude, the 96, man, he's been lurking that whole time as they were battling. It makes perfect sense that happened. Wow. But this is good battle. Like battling here.
From my point of view, I don't know if I should be saying anything towards good that 41 of Maddie. Me and him, like I say, me and him has some maybe a little bit of words that need to be taking place of since the All-Star race, but it's all good with him, me and Maddie. Like I say, me and him.
Yeah, dude, it's all track stuff. You know, up here, you respect someone's good moves. You know, you wish the best for everyone. You get, like you said, dude, you're all families, and it's nice to see.
But yeah, the one thing I'm starting to see right there, I see in the back of that pack, I see that 9 car. He's creeping back into the picture right now, and he's getting there. And like I said, we got the top 8 under the blanket right now, just trying to get to the lead. I think everybody is probably maybe 2/10 from each other right now, maybe a second and a full differential for everybody.
Dude, yeah, they're all staying together. It's except for that one. Look at that one right now, man. He's
pulling away. But it does. Oh, I see a little contact in the back with it looked to be a 12 and the 41. Maybe 12 made back the corner just a little bit, and the 41 just ran into the back of him just a little bit. As you see, as he's starting to get freight trained on the outside.
So I gotta ask you a question, man. So we were talking about how this track can be pretty tough, right? Now, think about if you're back there, running around all these guys that are just nose to tail, side to side. Are you gonna get aggressive, or are you gonna wait for someone to make a mistake on such a hard track?
Tough questions. That's a tough question.
Yeah.
That's a tough question.
It depends on your car, right? It depends on it.
It depends on if I was like saying. RJ, he was like saying RJ, since he was the one leading about near the whole stage 1, then had a mistake.
Oh yeah.
Then
he's got to fly. He's got to get out. Go.
Like saying the aggression, because he knows he has a fast car. He just stuck in traffic. Now,
I know, man.
Like
look
guys,
at that. They fanned out right in front of him. Where's he gonna go?
Yeah, but a guy like Maddie, who's in the middle, back in the pack of stage 1, he's up there now
like
from the 41 Maddie. He's up there now in second when the 12 and the 1 made contact. So he's creeping up there. And I say
maybe that's just being calm and patient, waiting for others to make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it goes anyway, dude.
But the one thing I said, RJ, he made an adjustment and he's trying to climb back up there. Now, to see if he can catch Big D right now, I don't know. He might have to wait to either a pit stop and try to gain on him on a pit stop, or wait to stage 3, because unless Big D starts falling off, which I didn't really see as much. And to me, it looks like he got faster as the stage went on. As I'm in the back right now, we're about to be 3 wide in the back with RKM, Creed, and Larson, and it looks like RKM, his car's starting to fall off right now. His looks like his is starting to plow like it was doing at the end of stage 1.
Dude, every position's a point, right? And these guys actually just crossed. They're coming to 19 to go. I want to see when they're all going to pit. As those 3 that you're talking about, that 19 Creed, 22, and look like the 96. The 96's going to pit. 9's going to pit too. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this right now.
Man.
If this race comes down to fuel mileage, Creed is your best bet. That guy can find 5 laps from somewhere. He must be. He might be doing with Fireball. He got gasoline in that roll cage somewhere.
Yep.
But for some reason, he finds 2 or 3 laps, and he can get all the way to the end of the race with that.
Yeah, man, that's impressive. And not to gloat or anything, but I was that way too. I know I didn't always have that speed, but I'd find other ways to get those wins. And
well, I'm saying that's
the 22 in the wall a bit, and he collects the 19. 19 really didn't have much place to go, but 19 keeps it straight through the grass, just into the wall a bit. He's still in a straight line. He slowed down a lot. That he'll make it through as the 2 gets around him, and the 19 is real slow.
Oh, looks like the 19 went around.
He must have been spinning, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't see all those spins with this. It's a good job, but it doesn't have all of the movements here. A lot of people hitting pit road.
Yeah,
now.
we got a lot of leaders. Like I said, now we're gonna see a lot of the leaders come down pit road now. We got Taddy and all of them.
Yeah, that one car, I'm going to keep an eye on him and kind of see where everyone falls out.
Like I said, I'm on board with the 9, and this is where, I'm on board with the 9 car. This is where he's going to have to make some time up. Because he pitted, and you saw what happened in that first stage. He pitted early, and he gained a lot of, he's able to gain a lot of time and open his lead up. With this, he might be able to at least be on the back door of Big D coming down pit road.
Yeah, Big D's coming off pit road right now as he's going around 1 and 2.
And here comes RJ. He just entered. And here comes RJ. He's entering 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah, this track does take momentum to get going, but you can get up to speed pretty quick. So I don't know if RJ is going to catch him. What do you think, Trey? Yeah, I don't think he's gonna. Those fresh tires on that one.
Yeah, he needed to be on the back, like right on the back bumper of Big D.
Yeah,
at least have a shot. Well, like I say, he's not that. He's probably about 3 or 4 car lengths behind him, so he can still gain on him. But he's going to have to wait on it. He's got to hope that these cars falls off on the run and his. And like saying, unlike what happened in the first stage, his has got to stay with them and stay up there. Or like saying, wait for Big D to make a mistake.
Yeah. So it's funny because we were talking about that before. Do you push it or do you wait or do you be conservative? The 9 of RJ Smitty, he pushed it before. He wanted to get around those guys, I think. And now I'm with you. Maybe he's just waiting.
If I'm RJ right now,
could be the other way.
Just because because you saw what happened when he pitted a lap earlier. He couldn't make it to the end of the stage. So if I was RJ, if I'm since he's got that big gap, I'm gonna hold it down. I'm gonna hold second. Make sure I can get to the end of the stage and get him in 3. Plus, we still got 1 more stage to go. So even though he might not get the stage win and the bonus points, he's looking at a bigger picture and getting that main checker flag. Even though the green and white flag is fine, everybody wants that black and white checker flag at the end of the race.
No matter what, when you're a racer, you could be on a certain kind of strategy where it's like, be conservative, do this, do that, but you still want to win. Whenever I'm qualifying for a race in my league, if I don't feel comfortable with my car, I don't really want to start up front, usually I'll try to hold back in qualifying. But then when I'm in qualifying, no, dude, it's like the body takes over. the heart takes over the mind, and you just want to go and do the best you can and say whatever. I got to go fast. I got to run hard. I got to show what I've got. And that always comes into play. It's hard to just play that strategy.
And like I say, like right now, like saying the gap in between, like saying he's got bigger, like saying because the gap is
pretty much
still the same
almost, right? Yeah.
But the thing about it is, does RJ have enough to get to the end of the stage? Because we saw what happened at stage 1. But like saying this stage is a little bit shorter, 2 laps shorter than the other stage, so he might have enough to get to the end.
Well, you know, I've run with RJ quite a bit in another league like a year ago, and I remember him. He left an impression on me. So hopefully he has practiced this race, gone through some mock runs, and knew what was going to work, and maybe vice versa, you know, or try something different that he didn't try in the mock race. What if he's so confident in his car, he's going to just try anything right now?
Well, I'm saying
we're gonna have to wait.
The mock race is still not the race. Like saying right now, he's probably push. He wants to push hard, but he still had. Like say as right now, because if I think he has enough fuel to make it, I think he's pushing hard right now. Maybe to see what the car can do.
To go in this stage right now, so.
Like saying if I was him, because I saying it doesn't like it looks like he gains a little bit on entry into the corner, but D just beats him out the corner. And
yeah, it's give and take right now with these guys. But I kind of feel like Dees is pulling just a tiny bit. But you said it. You said it. As they go in the corner, that 9 car gets a little bigger. They exit the corner. 9 car gets a little smaller. You're dead on, man. Good call, Fred.
But like I was saying, we still got another stage of racing. Like saying,
yeah, we do.
If I'm RJ right now, it's more of a testing session right now. Like saying, say this, like it was the third stage, 10 to go. Can I catch him?
Yeah.
And like saying, as they say, it's 10 to go, final stage. We're in the same scenario, end of the fuel run. Cause I didn't see, cause I said I'm betting the next stage is gonna be what, maybe 2 or 3 pit stop, and you probably be able to make it in on that last second pit stop. So say this last 10 laps to go. What does my car do? Can I catch him? Can I run him down? Or is it just going to be like this to the end of the run?
Well, you said it. Now's the time to kind of figure that out. Do you think anyone's going to try and do any 2-tire stops in the final stage? Have you gone through a race to see? Or like to see what's going to work? I hope these guys did.
Well, no. Like, in my scenario, you don't think about that.
Yeah.
On every pit stop, you think about, because you never know, because you don't know if it's going to be a lot of cautions. You don't know if it's going to go green for the rest of the race. Like saying, if it feels like more of a caution race, because right now, we haven't had a caution unless stage break. But...
Right. And look how spread out the field is.
Yeah.
This is pretty impressive, and this is where they're going to find out what their cars can do and what they can't on short and long runs. And I hope they know the changes that they need to make, if any, because sometimes that's hard to determine.
Yeah. But back to what you're saying, well, you take two, it just depends on the scenario you're in.
Yeah, it depends on how far away you are from someone else too.
Like saying,
what kind of risk you want to take.
Cause say I'm in Archeon's shoes right now. If I was on the back door, Big D right now, I might, like I say, it's a cat and mouse game. You gonna try and do what he doesn't do, or you gonna try to do the same thing and hope your pit crew can get you out in front of him, or at least stay right beside him. But if I had to choose from 2 to 4, I had to see how many laps are left. Now, like I say, if that final stops come within 10 laps, yeah, the option of taking 4 is out the window. I'm not taking 4. Either it's just going to be enough fuel to make it to the end, or it's just going to be 2 tires. Now, if the final stop comes in with 20 to go, you have to take 4. You will not survive.
Sure.
You will not survive out here on a fuel run on 2 tires. I don't care how good.
I got a question for you, Trey. Say there's a caution with, you're going to come to green with 3 to go. It's gonna bunch up the track, or bunch up the field on the track. Would you go for 2 or 4, knowing that everyone's gonna be together? If you're in the front, what do you think? If you're in the front, what do you think you would do? Is track position that important, or do you need that tire wear? Do you need that strength in the tires? If I was in the back, I would go for 2.
Well, let's say that's the thing. If you're in the back, let's say the cars come out with 5 to go.
Front, that's tough.
Like saying, if you're up front, you have to stay out. Especially with 3 to go, you have to stay out unless everybody pits. Or is it that close to the end of a run? That like, say you got
saying, like everyone's gonna take 4 times. I see what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah, and like say since this is what like a 10-car field, it's kind of hard to tell. Cause saying since the field is so small, it's kind of not a given. If you see half the field pick, you have to come with them too. Cause saying
yeah.
So 10 cars and like
it's tough.
Yeah, like saying it all depends.
And it looks like that's the end of the stage there, stage 2.
But
Big Destroyer is really showing some strength, and I'd like to see what RJ can do in the next one. Let's try and take a look at the rundown for the stage as Boomhauer's crossed the start-finish line for 6th. So it was the 1-9, and that goes by quick. The 1-9-12, then 96 4th, 41 and 5th. 6th is Boomhauer, and the 7th is Larson 22, and Flo in 8th, Creed in 9th, and unfortunately the 4-car Eternal, he got lost early.
Yeah. Had a little bit of some engine trouble, tough break for them guys in that team. But back to what we say, if it comes down to a late run, because I say now that we're in stage 3, the intensity is going to pick up. So a lot of guys are going to push the issue a lot more to get up front. Now, if it comes down to a green white checker, if I'm Big D, I'll probably. It all depends on how many guys pit behind me. If 6 people pit, I'm pitting 2. I'd rather have the 4 fresh tires. But if it comes down to a late green run, I'm just to be that odd man. I'll be the guy to take the 2 tires, just for the track position and pray. Oh, we got a couple cars stacking up behind them. It looks like
that's a great restart there by the 1, and the 12 was trying to go with him. The 9 looked like he was about to lose it, but man, is he doing a pretty good job way up by the wall. That thing is strong. He just, like, this is a situation where he's got to keep that track position. He's got to keep it together. It looks real loose at the beginning of runs. That 12 car, the Taddy, we didn't talk about him really at all in the second stage, but when it matters, look at where he is. He's in 2nd. He's chasing down the leader, Big Destroyer, and Big Destroyer was able to run away from the field. Let's see if he can run away from the 12 as well. Yeah. As the 3rd on back is
Maddie
and a bit of traffic.
Yeah, man, it's about everybody else battling for 3rd right now. But that's the one thing that's kind of good about some of these tracks. Like saying they draft like you at Daytona and Talladega. Is if you can get in the 96 caught the apron on the exit 2.
Wow, how did he keep that thing going, man?
That's a good, like, he's probably plowing tight. That's how.
These guys are good. Look at that 2 go on the inside of the 22. What a power move by Boomhauer. That's great. As the 96 kind of halts his run to get to the top.
Like saying, Boom had
able to keep all that momentum. What
like saying for Boom right now, he needs to have a good. Like saying, the first 2 stages for him was nothing to write home about. Right now, he wants to.
And then he gets around the 96 202. I love it.
Like saying, right now, Boom is going to charge to the front right now because he's been riding in the back all day. He's been having some struggles, but I think that team's got the car handling right. He might be trying to look his way back to get to the front as they're about to go 3 wide on the front stretch. Wow. As his teammate Larson is trying to stick his nose underneath them, trying to get underneath them. But here comes RKM. He might try to get in the middle. It looked like for a second.
what a jumble up this would be if, so the 2 opened the door for the 22 to get around the 96, and then the 2 went up the track. What if the 22 went in the inside of the 2, like he's kind of doing, and then took the 96? If I were the 2, I wouldn't be very happy with my teammate of the 22.
Well, I say
like,
it's...
Hey, man, I just brought you a position up, and now you're going to push me 2 back? Come on,
well,
bro.
oh, they're going to be a little bit close. Boom.
Oh, wow.
Just came a little close down on the 2 trying to side drive. But
this is some really
like saying, because right now, because saying
these guys
right
are driving just like Keselowski and Pagano. I'm sorry, I had to say it.
Oh, got caught up in the wall. Looks to be the 14 to go with the flow. Like saying, he's been having a tough day in the back too. Nothing really to write home about, and it looks like they might have took that car to the garage. He's saying, "This has not been my best track."
I think you're right, huh?
Like saying, yeah, he's probably been having a tough day. He's been in the back most of the day, but I know it's not a good time to give him camera time. But I know he's having a tough day. But let's give him just a couple glances. Him and the 4 internal. Like saying, I know he probably had a tough day. Like saying, this track is a tricky one, especially if you don't have the right setup for it. That's the one thing about it. But as you see right now, behind the 41. That 2 and that 96 is going at it for position.
Man,
and it looks like the 96 may have caught the apron again coming out too. So he's trying to push to get back up there. And if I can get back to the leader, it looks like that 12 car is gaining on that 1. Just like saying,
what a great battle.
Like saying,
yeah, that 12 car is definitely gaining. You're right.
Like saying, it might not be a lot, but it's an inch a lap, so he's going to catch him eventually, but might just take a while.
We haven't seen this at all. When Big Destroyer got that lead, he set sail, and he put on cruise control, and he was out. The 12 was making him work for this win. For myself, Trey, man, the pressure of having someone behind me usually slows me down, but Big Destroyer can handle that pressure. And right now, it looks like Daddy wants to control that, you know? He's going to say, hey, I'm going to push you. I'm going to push you into a mistake. I'm going to get around you. But again, that 1 car, Big Destroyer did an amazing job.
Like saying, you just, with him, with Big D, he's been in this position before. Leading the race, has somebody closing in on his bumper. So, like I say, when he knows he has a fast car, that pressure for the guy behind him is not going to really mess him up a lot, unless, like I say, he just all over the back bumper. But like I say, that's the one thing. Like, if I'm Taddy, if I can get to that bumper, I might not be able to pass him, but if he makes a mistake, I'm going to pounce on him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's sometimes you just got to be patient and wait for the best. But then what if people start coming up to you, man? You know, you don't always want to be patient. You don't want to slow down too much because others are going to take advantage of it. Let's see. I'd like to see if others, if this group in the back, the 2 on back,
and like I said,
if they're able to catch
Broom is coming. He's been struggling all day. He's been in the back all day. He's coming to the front. He wants to lead to get up here and fight for this win. Like I say, I know he's probably been mad like Keselowski. Man, I've been in the back all freaking day. I need to get up front.
Dude, I like that call, man, because I can definitely see it. Look at him go, man. He's moved through cars. He's gotten around everyone. And now he's got some clean air. I can't wait to see what he can do because he's definitely catching that knob.
Like I say, them wheels ain't red because they're painted red. They red because he's driving the wheels off that thing.
He is going fast, dude, for sure. Man, I love it. This is great.
But yeah, but like I say, if I'm Taddy, and like I say, the one thing I'm gonna see Taddy, he has to stay with Boom until pit stops. Then he pulls what RJ does, maybe pit a lap. Like say Boom pits maybe a lap early or try to pit with Boom, But just try to anticipate what Boom's going to pit, and just pit maybe a lap earlier or two, just so you can probably get that track position to get in front of him and have him run you down. Because you saw, like I said, what we saw from the first stage, you saw RJ maybe pit a lap or two ahead of everybody, and he got a big gap in between them. Now, if I'm Taddy, I might try to remember that. Maybe, hey, when I get to 4 to go or 3 to go, pit. And like I say, Boom might stay. Like I say, when Boom sees you pit, he'll pit the next lap. But at that point, you already have a big enough gap. Like I say, you already have 4 tires and already taken off. Now he's got to try to catch you coming out pit road.
Oh man, I like that. I gotta start thinking like that, Trey. That's some deep stuff, dude.
Well, it's a lot easier.
Chief and driver, yeah.
Like saying, it's a lot easier to think while you're watching instead of driving. Because when you're driving, you're trying to catch that guy in front of you. You're not thinking as much unless you get a caution.
You can't think of it. You can't. Yeah, dude, you can't. You can't go through all that stuff in your head.
Because saying,
your marks.
I'm not gonna lie. When a lot of these races come, like when you try to figure out fuel mileage, and it's kind of hard to figure out fuel mileage and try to hit your marks and try to catch the guy in front of you. That's the one trick I can't master in this game.
Hey man, you know what to do. You'll put it all together for sure. And it looks like the 9 got back around the 2. The 2 was definitely catching up to Smitty. Maybe Smitty. Ooh, what was? All right. Little issue here. We may have our first caution. It looks like we do.
Yes, I don't.
Wow. I'm not sure what really happened there. I might have to rewind the tape. Oh, it looked like the 9 was maybe just going. No.
It might have been, like I say, for us, if you drop down low to let the guy behind you know, hey, I'm coming to pit road, and he might try to swipe it back up to get back in the line to get in the line to hit that next corner. But or he might.
I just rewinded Boom's footage a bit, and I'm not sure if they were saving fuel or not, but
like I said, now
I gotta watch this.
Now we got RKM who maybe it looks like he actually pitted when the caution came out, so that might have helped him out because now he's up front in clean air.
Accident in the bag, a little bit of a wreck. The 9 moved up. I don't know if it was because he.
I think the 9 maybe having some problems.
But then the 19 got into him. Maybe he didn't.
I don't know if the 9 is maybe starting to have maybe some connection issues or maybe some controller issue. I don't know, but we'll find out. See if we can find out after the race. But like I said, tough break for him. I know he was probably one of the guys to be up there, but like I said earlier, the wheels ain't red because they painted red. Boom is driving the race of his life right now, trying to get up there.
Dude, he is that.
We might have a 3-wide battle for the lead. And
wow, look at Destroyer. He wants it back, and that 12, he's not leaving him. He's right on the inside. Caddy.
Big D got a little bit close, trying to side draft, going down the front stretch.
Oh man,
but like I said, with that, that's gonna
overhead, and this is beautiful.
And like I said, with that, that's gonna help RKM, Taddy, Lawrence, and Maddie catch back up to get back up there.
Wow.
And here comes Boom to the inside, trying to make it 3-wide. He wants second spot. And here he comes. Contact with him on.
Fourth into each other. That's a racing incident, man. It's tough to tell when someone's right next to you. I feel bad for Boom, man. He needs a caution right here. He got the short end of the stick, dude. But that 12 is so close to that 1 again. But that 1 is strong on the outside. It's hard to find that here at Kentucky. But Big D may have found something. has turned into a really fast race.
Yeah. Now I was saying the wheels on Boone's car were painted red because he's driving hard. Now they painted red because he's fired up right
He's
now.
got red coming out of his ears, man. He's steaming.
Oh, it looks like that one went a little wide in 1 and 2, and that's going to let the 12 take the lead, and that's going to open the door for the 22 Larson to game up.
What did you say before? What did you say before, Trey? Patty was waiting for him to make a mistake, and it happened. A little mistake happened. Now, how long is it going to take before Taddy may make a mistake? I don't really race with
I don't know.
Taddy.
I
don't know them, but watching them, I think Taddy's very, very strong.
Ooh, it looks like Taddy may got loose.
It's that outside line. Wow.
It looks like the one just got to the quarter pound on Taddy, and that just got him a little loose and made him slide up the track and had to make him get off the throttle just a little bit. But now, what I was saying with Boone, I'm gonna say this to his teammate. The reason why them wheels are painted red ain't because they painted. The reason they're red because that 22 is driving his heart out, trying to get up front.
Yeah, man, he really is, and it's actually really cool to see Larson doing that. You've been talking about him since the beginning, and since then we didn't really see too much, and he's coming right back. That 41's there too. It takes the. You got to be stable. You got to be consistent.
Ooh, it looks like that the 22 and the 96 almost made contact.
96? Wow. But
it looks like
it's that fast car, but
it looks like he just got a little tight coming through 3 and 4, just pushed up just a little bit. But that's gonna get him back to third. Now let's see if he can run down these 2 leaders.
Man, I'm gonna actually have to leave in a few minutes to get ready for prior engagement. But I'm keeping this race on. I've got your footage on here. I'm watching to the end. I'm trying to chat with you guys if I have the time.
We're about and they're getting close to 20 to go. So it's getting down. It's getting down to crunch time.
Dang it.
But
this is some amazing racing though. This Giggity Racing League group is really putting on a show. My neighbors are probably going to be swearing a storm up on me for how loud I'm being, because I can't help it. These guys have been racing so hard. It's awesome.
As you say about racing hard, Teddy's trying to get to the back bumper of Big D right now, trying to see if he can make a mistake, or at least get him loose coming out the corner.
You know, I think trying to make the least amount of mistakes is what we're seeing right here. Do you remember how close 3rd, 4th, and 5th just were to the 2 leaders? Well, the 2 leaders probably didn't make mistakes, and those guys may have made little ones that got them back a little further. You have to run your laps.
But like I said earlier, the games on, like saying, especially on this game, a lot of this, especially with this new game, the new package like they're running in real life, is so draft happy. Like saying, momentum, draft, that's just such key. Cause like saying, those guys in the back, because they were running side by side and they just lift just a little bit, they lost the draft and all the momentum, and that let the two front runners just pull away.
Man, they really did. They really did. It looks like the 12.
Oh! One's in the wall!
Whoa! Oh my gosh, and it's just that mistake, but that may have helped his 3 and 4 because he didn't have to slow down too much. You know?
But like I said, we get into 20 go and they about ready to go into pit cycle, so that might have been him pushing hard and not realizing, hey, my tire's about worn out.
It's in the back of the 12.
Oh, 12's on the apron.
Dude, I did not like the move of that one. I bet the 12 didn't either, but that is fun stuff.
Like saying, Big D can run the outside. He probably drives it a little bit deeper in 1 and 2 than Taddy. And Taddy might just either got to lose on entry or back the corner up so much that Big D didn't realize. But with that let RKM close the gap up between them two. So, but like I said earlier.
What color are the 12's rims? Are they red too? Because they should be.
No, they might be red in this run.
They should be red, yeah. Because he's probably seeing that right now. But hey, Trey, man, this stinks that I have to bounce. I have to I have to go do something else real quick. Well, not real quick, but I got something else that I
That's
promised to do, but I got this race on, Trey. So keep it up.
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I love your energy, dude. I've had a blast talking with you, man.
Yeah.
I hope we can do this
yeah,
again.
just do what you gotta do. Don't worry, I'll hold the fort down here as much as I can. 'Cause I ain't got. I was saying it's something that I can watch and see. But
yeah, dude. Oh man, well keep it up, dude. You're doing a great job. But
like I say, saying right now, like I said, Taddy's doing what I said. He's coming to pit road and he's bringing everybody with him.
All right. Heck yeah. All right, Trey.
I'll
see you.
But yeah, with that, Taddy pinned just a lap there, and you see RKM, he may have just took fuel and go just to gain track position. Or I think RKM may just pin a lap earlier too. And with that, that might help him get out front and maybe get in front of Big D and Taddy. So we'll see how this ends out as we see Taddy on pit road. And Big D is still out there leading right now. Like I say, he may be just trying to push it as far as he can go, trying to get big enough gap, or maybe hoping to catch a caution and keep some of these front runners a lot down. But only thing we can tell is what we can see at the end of this run. And it looks like he may be coming down pit road. Yep, he's coming to pit road now. And we see a Lear Big D come down. Oh, got the nod around on the backstretch. Will that bring out a caution? No, I don't think it will. But that was a scary situation. Because that's not what RKM or Taddy wanted to see, a caution. And like I said, RKM pinned one lap ahead, got him back out in front of Taddy. But Taddy's got them fresher tires. So now, can Taddy maybe hook up with the 96? Either run him down, maybe hook up with them to maybe draft and try to put a gap in between them and when Big D comes out of pit road. Cause here comes Big D coming out of pit road, and with that happening, actually no, with that as of right now it looks like the two Boomhauer is leading the race right now, but probably I don't think he's pitted yet, but like I said, since Taddy and RKM pitted a lap earlier than Boom, they just beat him out pit road and they're going to give a little bit of a gap. Now Boom's got to try to get past both of them if he wants to win this race. And we're getting down into crunch time right now as the two of Boomhauer's up front, and it's kind of sound like he may be sounds like he may be out of fuel. And he's bringing down to us. Saying he's had a tough day. I know it's been a rough day for him in that cockpit. I know them wheels ain't red because they painted. But he's having a short day. And like I said, he got up front last some laps. So that's good for him. Now we're going to hop back up front to the leader with these laps. And I think these guys will come back and take the lead from Boom. And as you see, now Taddy's going to work his hardest trying to keep that one behind him. And that's what RKM wants to see. Taddy's hoping that one car at least drafts with him to at least catch back up to the 96 RKM. And the one question I'm thinking of, does RKM, since Taddy and RKM pair like one or two laps ahead of Big D, are they close on fuel mileage? That's another question we have to see at the end of this run. But as see, Boom is, I mean not Boom, but Big D is trying to get around that 12, and that 12 is just trying to keep that one car behind him. Oh, it looks like Taddy might got lose on entry, and that's gonna open the door for Big D to get around him. So now that Big D's got around the 12, now he sees that black, red, and white Toyota RKM, and he's gonna set his eyes on it. He's gonna try to run him down. as we have about less than 10 laps to go. So Big D has got a lot of ground to gain right now. And only thing, if I'm RKM, I'm driving like I stole it, because D is coming. He's coming fast and in a hurry, and all that he can do is hope these laps just click off fast and he can count them. But Big D is closing. Oh, he got the wall entry that might just help him go in the corner. But D is trying to close that gap on that 96, and he's closing little by little by little. But the question, oh, he's gonna drive it in deep in 3 and 4. That's gonna close the gap a ton going coming out 4. And I'll say the lead is probably what, maybe less than a car and a half, 2 car lengths. But if those two are front get racing, that might open the door for Taddy to close the door on them. So this is going to get interesting, and don't turn away right now, because this is where it's going to get interesting, because we're getting close. Because I think it's about nearly getting close to 5 to go, and D's got to run coming out 4. He's going to be on the outside of RKM going to 1 and 2. Now, King put the move on like he did Taddy. Get to that corner panel and try. Oh, he ain't going to get to the corner. He going to do a crossover move coming out 2. Can't clear him. Can't do the slide job coming out 2. He will clear the 96. What a move by Big D. But RKM is not going to give up. He tried to get that nose to stick underneath there, but I think that handling is starting to go away with that 96. I think it's starting to plow. I think that thing's a dump truck right now, because it looks like it's starting to plow a little bit on the exit of the corner. But he's going to try to close that gap back up on that one car, Big D. But as we've seen all day, D's going to open it, like saying, get up front and pull away. As I think right here, we become with 5 to go right now. So with 5 to go, I don't know if that 96 can catch that one, because now he's opened up by a 2 car length gap in between him and the 96. And only thing RKM or Teddy can hope for is for Big D to make a mistake. But as of right now, I don't think he is. Right now, he's probably putting in cruise mode. Hit my marks and just pull away. Now, as D works his way through 3 and 4, this will be probably come with 2 laps of racing left to go. And looks like that 96 RKM may attack the wall coming out 3 and 4. And like saying, now it's bus lengths in between him and RKM. And all thing Big D's got to do is hit his marks and not make a mistake. Because right now, this is his race to lose. As he works his way through 3 and 4, as I would think he'll be coming to come take the white flag. So this is RKM may attack the wall again coming out 3 and 4, and that's gonna open up for Taddy to get to his door. And now Taddy's going to the outside. Let's see if he can get to that quarter panel. Oh, he's gonna make that same move Big D did. Try to cross him up. RKM try to pinch him, but it's not going to work. Oh, RKM's in the wall coming out too. But as they bound for second, the guy who's driving at number 1, as like Kurt Busch did, will take the checker flag here at Kansas. Not Kansas, Kentucky. My bad, wrong state, wrong track. Only thing I can say, they both begin with K's. But as that number 1 car will be number 1 here at Kentucky, as Big D comes out and actually takes stage 2 and the checker flag, as he would be our winner tonight here at Kentucky. So a solid day for him. and a solid win for him. And we're gonna try to get a couple words with him after he makes his way down pit road and the team celebrates that win. So a solid race for him as Taddy finished second, RKM finished third. Shout out to Matty who finishes fourth. And let's get another shot for Lawson who finishes fifth. As Creed takes sixth, Boom takes seven, and a rough day for RJ who started on pole. He'll finish eighth. As they'll run out the guys on the left. As you see, the 14 and the 4 will run out as they finish in the garage. So a tough day for them, but a solid day for the guy in that number 1 car, a Boom. So we're going to try to get a few words with our race winner. So just give us a couple seconds. We will try to get our race winner of Big D in here with us. So let's give us just a second. So we're going to try to get our race winner and maybe our second place winner in here too. Maybe the top three. We'll try to see if we get the top 3 in here. So let's see if we can get our race winner, Big D, to join us here in the chat. So there he is. The guy in the number 1 who finished number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to ask you real quick, is your voice on always allow?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You finished up. You're in the number 1 car, and you finished first. And it's funny as Kurt took the win at Kentucky. Now we see the number 1 car take the Monster Energy number 1 car take the Giggity race at Kentucky win here today too. So tell us, man, how you feel about that race win?
I feel really good about it. I mean, it was really like I had to make some last second adjustments for the car coming in. And then I got in the race, and the car was super loose. I was so uncomfortable passing anyone, so I kind of just laid back until I was able to make a couple pit stops. And in stage 2 and stage 3, the car was just dialed in. It was tight enough, and I was comfortable with it. So I was able to make passes and make runs, and felt really good at the end.
Yeah, because we was talking about strategy, and I was saying the only way that like RKM or Taddy would probably be able to beat you if they pitted maybe a lap too early, because we saw that RJ did that. He got a big gap in stage 1. So when I saw that RKM and Taddy both pitted before you and they got out in front of you, did you think you'll be able to pass them all, especially as you dropped the third from first to third after that pit stop going to the last run?
Well, I would have been a lot more confident going into it if I didn't have a really bad pit stop. But I was really concerned to get in pit road, make sure I gave myself an opportunity to actually win the race. Then I had a 16.2 second pit stop, so that didn't help at all. But I knew I had 1 to 2 lap fresher tires than them, so I knew and my car didn't really fall off like theirs did. So I knew if I could just stick with them right there or to get around them, I would gap them like I did.
Yeah, that's another thing we was talking about here in the stream. That would you rather have a fast car or a bad handling car? 'Cause we saw a lot of guys who cars took off early in the run but fell way off, like Larson, RJ, RKM too. They started off strong but they fell off. But like Taddy, you, and looked like Boom too, their cars came in, stayed consistent through the long run. And like I said, I saw you make use mostly one of the guys that could make that second lane work and 1 and 2 to get around them. I know it looks like you got to the corner and Taddy got him a little bit loose going into 1 and 2. Was that like saying, was that something you thought of before the race, or that just came in with the car as it was handling?
Well, I was able to get that outside lane moving towards the end of the race because people don't know there's a lot of grip up there at the fence. If you got enough confidence your car can hold, there's a lot of grip up there. So I was able to get a good run off the corner and get around Taddy that one time. But yeah, I did hit Taddy once going into 1. I didn't mean to, but it was a little payback for him dive bombing into 3 a couple times.
Yeah, but like saying we knew a lot. Like saying, cause like I said, a lot of tempers reflect. A lot of guys like saying Cause saying you could about nearly drive it in deep in 1 and 2, but you gotta back that corner up in 3 and 4, where a lot of guys like driving it in deep. So we thought there might be a little bit of controversy from there. Like one guy maybe back up the corner, the other guy just dive bomb it and just drill somebody going in the corner. But solid days for you. It's glad to see that number 1 car finishing number 1 and finish up in victory lane.
Oh yeah, it was a good night.
All right, man. Appreciate you stopping by and congratulations on that win.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, let's see if we get our second place finisher of Taddy up here to join us too. And like I said again, if you haven't done it yet, please do hit that subscribe button for us. We always like new subscribers to the channel. We do appreciate it. We also do appreciate you hitting that like button too. And if you haven't done it yet, please hit that bell button too, because when we go live racing like tonight, you'll be the first one to be one of the guys notified when we're going racing. And as he just joined, our second place friend, K Taddy, and the league owner, is up here in the booth with us. How you doing, man?
Good, man. How you doing, Trey?
I'm doing a lot better, but I know you're a little bit, like saying a little bit bittersweet. Like we saw you had a good car that could contend for the win, but Big D was on his own zip code tonight, wasn't he?
Man, we were fighting hard. I don't know how many laps of that race me and Big D spent side by side with him on the outside of me, but it was a blast. And then there at that last section, less than 10 to go, I caught the apron.
Yeah,
oh,
we
man,
saw that. Like saying, we saw y'all two going nose to tail, especially he was y'all two was battling hard, especially he was making as y'all side by side. It looks like he may have made a little contact with you on the outside lane, trying to get around you. May got to that quarter pole and got you a little sideways too.
Well, we got a little loose one time going into I think 1 and 2 maybe he got my bumper, but man, first off I want to say sorry to him. There was a couple times that it might have looked like I dive bombed him. My front bumper, I couldn't tell if I was clear to his rear bumper, so when he went to cut down, I had to cut it down real hard.
Yeah, he said he gave you a little chin music, a little bit of payback from that. So
yeah,
y'all might need that Monday morning call to get that situated out with you. But yeah. Good race for you. You got that first stage win, like solid finishing. You got the second place win. Like, just tell us about your race, man. Like, we saw that you was fighting hard. You was one of the guys, because we was talking earlier. It was RJ, you, RKM, and Boom. Y'all had the top 10 in the dailies at the times here, so y'all was fighting. Y'all knew you was gonna be one of the guys to go out there and fight for it. So just tell us about how your race gone. And did your car start off what you wanted to, or did you have to make adjustments in the race to get what you wanted?
I actually never adjusted the car. All I did every time I was pitting is I just did 2 cans and 4 tires. But on the beginning of the run, like the first 2 or 3 laps, it was a little bit too loose, but then it kind of came in until the last 5 or 6 laps of the run. The first stage, I knew going into it that Big D was going to be the biggest competition. Of course, Smitty had some good laps, but I don't know. He seemed to have had some complications. I don't know, but the first stage, Big D starting dead last because he missed qualifying, and then something happened, pushed him back a little farther. I was kind of just riding, and then after the pit stop, RKM come out like 4 seconds ahead of me, but his fall off was horrible.
Yeah.
And then stage 2, I was running second, and then we did our pits, and I guess I just stayed out too long because the interval, I ended up 5-6 seconds behind Big D and Smitty. But that third stage, man, that was exciting. We run, I can't get over how many laps me and D stayed side by side throughout that race.
Yeah, that's the one thing we talked about here, the fall off. We saw a lot of guys who took off early in that stage, like Smitty, Larson, and RKM. They took off strong, but that fall off they had Cause that's the one thing we're talking about. Do you rather have a fast car or do you want a handling car? Because do you want to give up that speed just for a longer run, or do you want it to be fast and take off? And we saw guys like Larson. He fell off way early, and RKM he fell just off at just about on the peak of making pit stops. So Boom and Big D was really some of the front runners that looked to have a long run car at the end of the race.
Yeah, I think actually Kentucky's a really important track that you hit your marks consistently lap after lap. I know sometimes I would hear people in my chat that were complaining they went in a little too hard or they were getting down a little too low. And when you're not hitting the same mark over and over, it really wears on your tires. And so even when I was on the inside of D, I was focused more on not necessarily the side-by-side racing and coming
Just
up
hitting your marks so you at least don't mess
yeah.
up.
Yeah, I was more focused on still hitting my same marks, even if it means, because I'm on the inside, I have to lift a little bit more going into the corners. Like, I think that's what inevitably
But
was
like I
the
said,
biggest
that's the
concept.
thing about Kentucky, especially in 3 and 4. If you think you're lifting early, lift even earlier, because that the only like saying to be frank, if you're driving in harder, you lose a lot more time if you back that corner out just back it up just a lot, because the car just rolls through that corner so good if you back it up, because you can ease back into the throttle and get that big run off the corner that a lot of guys realize. Because if you just like turn 3 and 4 makes it seems that you need to drive it in deeper, but actually you just need to back it up just to get through the corner, to keep momentum and speed.
Yeah, I think actually of all the people I happen to notice that I don't know if this is maybe something that helped save my tires or what, but I lifted a lot more in the entrance of 3 and 4, and everybody else seemed to come up high up by the wall, and I did a few times trying to catch the draft, but for the most part, it seemed like I was the only person that could hold the yellow line all the way around the track in 3 and 4.
Yeah, that's the one thing I noticed from racing there. Like if you back, you really need to back that corner up more than what you think. Because like I saying, you would think you're driving in deeper, but you really need to back it up and let the car roll. Because that's what keeps a lot of speed up and makes the car turn a lot better in 3 and 4 than like saying drive it in and let it slide towards the wall, which you would do at most tracks.
Yeah, and that's kind of the same thing as you had said earlier. Sliding in real hard, driving in real hard will cause your car to slide in the middle of the corner, and that's another thing that'll cause you to eat up your tires in no time. I mean, you want to keep your car straight. Anytime you start going sideways whatsoever, it might not even show on the stream, but you personally can kind of feel that little bit of push in the car, and all that is just tearing up your tires. And if you're doing that on lap 1 of a 20-lap run, come lap 10, you're already in trouble.
Yeah, but solid day for you, man. I know as you want to put that 12 car in victory lane, but a second place finish is always a solid finish.
Oh man, thank you a lot. And that was one of the better races that I've been a part of, man. I was pushing that car as hard as I could, but on the edge of out of control.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. The top 3 has a representative for each manufacturer. First was Chevy, second is Ford, and third is Toyota. So, like saying, it's a good finish for all manufacturers. It's just a rough day for it.
Yeah, I mean everybody wants that W, but at the end of the day, when you get the 3 manufacturers are on 1, 2, 3, it shows pretty good split on driver caliber here in the series in the league.
All right. Well, I do appreciate you stopping us and let us talk to you, and hope you have a good night, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yeah, and let's see if we can get our third place finisher of RKM in here, just to get a few words from him as well. Let's see. All right. No problem at all. And like I say, I had no problem. I wish I could have been on the track, but up here in the booth was a lot of fun too. All right.
Hello there.
And that's our third place finisher of the 96 of RKM. Solid days for you, man. I know it's not third place. It's one that was tough to swallow, but hey, you can't complain, can you?
No, I can't. My car fell off horribly at the end of a run. I was glad to hold on for third, honestly. I kept
Yeah,
watching. I wanted to see Big D and Taddy start racing behind me when I had the lead. No, but they let me step away a bit, but they didn't.
yeah, that's what we was kind of hoping for. But like say, we saw like saying you, Larson, and RJ, y'all cars would just take off on a first green flag run, but 5, 10 laps in, that car starts. With yours, it looks like it fell off more towards getting ready to make a pit stop. Yours starts plowing the
Yeah,
corner, while
yeah. The
Larson
last
and
5 laps, I was done.
yeah, but man, just tell us about your day out there. I know you was probably struggling out there earlier, and I ain't gonna lie, you got lucky on. I think it was like the third to second last green flag pit stop where you just came off pit road as leaders were coming to lap you.
Well, yeah. I had pitted when I pitted, yeah, because it was breaking the last stage in equal laps, right? So I wouldn't have to make a completely full fuel run. And the caution came out just as I was on pit road, so I didn't even have to pit. I caught a good break there, but we were only like 4 laps away from a pit stop cycle full run. So I was just cutting a few laps off to try and save a little bit of tire.
Yeah, but that's another thing I saw a lot of. If you had pitted a lap earlier than the guy in front of you, it made a difference. Cause we saw that in
It did for real.
we saw that in stage show with RJ Smitty. We saw with you and Taddy as y'all made some ground on Big D on that last green flag pit stop to get at
Yeah.
least get y'all out front. And with him and Taddy behind you, it looked like Taddy was trying to keep him, but once D got to the outside of him and just got, it looks like he made, because Taddy said he did make a little contact with him, got him a little sideways, and at that point it was pretty much a done deal because he was on the charge trying to catch you.
Yep. And even like you said, that 1 lap difference. He's on 1 lap fresher. It made a big difference. Helping him catch up. But I mean, it's Big D. He's quick.
Yeah.
So I was just hoping to see a little bit because I'd been behind them watching the two of them go at it for several laps. I was just hoping they would do it again.
But yeah, it's a solid day for you, man. I know, like saying, it's kind of great to see because if you haven't realized, top manufacturers 1, 2, 3, Chevrolet, Ford, and Toyota. I know it's not the order you wanted to be in, but a solid day for the manufacturers, and it was a good race for us up here in the booth to talk about. I know that EG is still, Nick's not here, but he was talking. It was a good, clean race, a good, exciting race at that. And like saying, I can't say enough. And I know the other guys are still watching, but a good race for us to put on. We very much appreciate that y'all did.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It really was. I do want to send a shout out to Boom though, because I got into him and sent him flying, took him out of contention, and I feel bad. I snapped loose coming off the 4, and I doored him hard, and I feathered it hoping that he was able to save it, and I was going to let him get back in, but he was already gone.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for that.
Man, we was talking about him earlier. We was saying them wheels ain't painted red. They red for a couple of threes, and one's for driving hard. The other reason because he's pissed in that cockpit.
Oh, I'm sure he was. I don't blame him. I mean, I hit him hard. I did.
Yeah.
100% my fault.
All right.
And I felt bad though.
But yeah,
I tried apologizing to him.
Like I saying, there's a couple guys in the race that has to make that Monday morning phone call in the morning. So you might want to get on that phone, give him a quick text, say, "Hey man, I'm sorry," just so you don't have no controversy later on. But solid day.
I did it right away.
But yeah, solid day for you, man. Congratulations on the 3rd place finish, and go get him next week.
All right, I can't wait to watch the stream. I hear you guys did an amazing job.
Yeah. All right, appreciate it, man.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
You too. And there it is. As you saw, there it was. The car that finished, that had the number 1, started dead last, but ended up finishing first. I can't tell you why, but it just happened. But for all y'all that stay with us all night, we all appreciate it here. And like I said during most of the stream, if you haven't done it yet, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that thumbs up button too. We always like a thumbs up. And also hit that bell button. So when we go live racing, Like tomorrow, later this week, we have our Xfinity slider race. Well, for our main guys in Xfinity, then on Friday we have Xfinity Custom Cup races, and on Saturday we have our developmental truck series, and on Sunday we have our main Cup guys running on the preset slider. So if you hit that bell button, you will know when we go racing soon enough. But and another thing, if you want to come join us, we always looking for good, clean drivers to join our family. So if you want to come join us, my gamer tag is Trey7964. Our team owner is K Taddy. Just look him up. Hit, like saying K Taddy, RQM. If you look at the element, it's going to have GDL for Giggity Racing League, Giggity League. Those are the main guys. 2 captains in our rank. Taddy being the league owner, and RQM being the team captain for our team Toyota. But till then, hope to see y'all later. Hope for y'all to join in with us next week. Next time we're on the track. And we're here to talk to you soon.